Before everyone gets off to leave, I've been given strict instructions, no company pitch, so I'm not going to talk about the company, except for one thing. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to ask a question, and whoever gets the question right gets to win a prize. And unlike Matthias, who I kind of picked up little bits of the presentation, I actually do think that wearables will become kind of pervasive. And we'll probably have a good argument over that over a few beers and at the break. So to get going, I wanted to start with one thing. About a year ago, Identiv was a company that I presented here at this event, and the business was going through a major transition. We were beginning to build a lot of prototypes and technologies for the Internet of Things, from toys and watches and wearables. Mountain Partners backed the company. They were a massive supporter of the business, and I'm really pleased to say that we went from a position of being an insolvent company in late 2013 to a business that left 2014 with more than $65 million of cash in the bank and a substantial portfolio of customers. So as part of the down payment to Connie and crew, we had a jacket made for him. Now, it's probably not what Connie would normally wear, but I thought we'd just present this to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks. So let me get going. Matthias has talked about a lot of stuff that I 100% agree with him. The world has changed. In the last 20 years, we went from being a culture that wasn't connected to today where everything has connected. How many of you have been to a concert recently and you see everyone hold their cell phones up, right? They're looking at their world through a magnifying glass. They're not embracing and seeing that world, but it's a reality of life. I do think that Google's self-driving cars will become pervasive, but not for us, as Matthias said. I actually think it will be our children's children that won't know how to drive a vehicle because they'll grow up with it in the same way that my children today don't know what an audio CD is. The world's evolving, and so it's important for us as entrepreneurs to be constantly pushing the envelope of that technology. So one of the problems, of course, that's been happening is that as we push this envelope of technology, we have the issues of security. We have the issues of privacy. We've seen inventions get almost too far in front of where we are today. Examples of that have been the constant privacy attacks, the information attacks. These are things that are going to continue. And the reason for this is that we still protect a lot of our systems with basic usernames and passwords or inferior systems. So while at one end we're developing very sophisticated devices and toys and objects that are connected, we're not considering the issues of security, privacy, and individuals. And companies aren't being held accountable for those things, as you've seen by the various breaches. So as this fabric of things becomes connected and IPv6 rolls out and billions of devices over the next 5 to 10 years get connected, this fabric of things grows. We've coined a new term. We call it the Internet of Secure Things, and we think that this is an important piece of the technology that needs to be developed in everything from watches and Google cars and bank accounts and people's individual IDs. You and who you are has become the new perimeter for security. Identity is that new perimeter. It's no longer your physical presence, whether you're at work and behind a corporate firewall, or whether you're at home and sitting behind a Wi-Fi router. All of the information is online and you're accessing it, be it on a mobile phone or be it on a PC or some other type of mobile device. So that information is coming to you in different channels. Therefore, identity has become that new perimeter. As the market has evolved, there are three things that you're going to see happen, and as entrepreneurs, the opportunities are with you to be able to make money in these areas. The one that you know today, of course, is the employee ID market. This is where we spend a lot of time on security. getting rid of usernames and passwords and dealing with things like email security and encryption. But it's a relatively small market by comparison to mobility and mobile phones and being able to access that information from a mobile device. But it is in fact dwarfed by this new thing, this connected world, the Internet of Things, as devices such as these toys that we embed technology into, or watches, or devices that you wear, like this one, begin to be online. The opportunity to expand your businesses into this connected fabric creates new money-making opportunities. As an example of this, we put together just a few slides on some of the opportunities. Obviously, toys, medicines, pharmaceutical products. As you begin to put intelligence into monitoring flowers that may move from country to country, where you put temperature sensors that become online so a consumer can begin to track things, the information is available in the cloud in real time. And the real opportunity is that the cell phone becomes a point of connection for the consumer. So for the first time, a consumer is going to be able to take this Internet of Things technology and verify the authenticity of something, or be able to interact with an object and pull information from it and present it. It gives not just the consumer that information, but becomes a 360-degree loop back to the manufacturer. So they can, for example, see the temperature of an object as it went through a cold chain process. Now, what does this mean when you kind of think about it in big terms? It means that as everything comes online, from the irrigation systems, maybe fridges, maybe not fridges, who knows what will happen with fridges, all the way through to printers and corporate systems, as all of these devices become online, there is a need to have a strong sense of privacy and identity and implementing the security in this Internet of Things. So, of course, the company that I represent does this. This is one of the core things. We've been involved in building a number of technologies for very well-known branded businesses, some of which I'm going to have shown today, and you can obviously look those things up. But this is just beginning. You'll see a raft of new temperature sensors. You'll see devices going into tiny little microchips that go into bottles of water, as an example. This world is going to change and it is going to be connected. Now, most of you probably know that there was a full solar eclipse today, yes? Kind of, yes, okay. It would be unlike an entrepreneur's event if I didn't make a few predictions. So I wanted to talk about 4 things. The first one is there will be more cyber attacks. They've already occurred. Most CIOs that say they haven't been attacked just don't know that they've been attacked. So there is going to be more press from Sony and Target, from Gemalto here in Europe just the other week. There will be more of them. The second thing is that there is going to be no more inside the firewall and outside the firewall. Your mobile phone took care of that. The moment you got your corporate email on your phone, or you took a BYOD device to work, you destroyed any of the ability for new modern security systems to be able to track your information. The moment the identity becomes the perimeter, all of the information is going to be encrypted. So the inability for firewalls to inspect that data. So the notion that corporate systems today will defend solutions for tomorrow is false. There's an opportunity. The third one is that governments will legislate privacy and force corporations like Sony and like others to implement these safeguards. For the first time in history, we saw a sitting US president actually get up and say that this is a problem. And he used a phrase that is quite funny, but he said, if we're going to be connected, we have to be protected, and then has gone on to try and put legislation in place. it's only a start. And Germany, of course, is at the forefront of much of that legislation on a global basis. My fourth prediction, which I had to put in there, is that Identiv is a super cheap stock. And of course, I can't forget about wearables. Wearables are here to stay, and I actually use this particular device. I think that we are going to see more and more of these things become part of our life over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. And with that, Connie, thank you.
Thank you.